and then I have to do it now. I don't know why after you go live, it's yeah,
Yeah, there's a delay. There's a bit of a delay. Okay.
live on Instagram now.
Live on Instagram. That looks good. Live on YouTube. Looking good. Let's see about Facebook. Yep.
Live.
Live on Facebook.
Live from West Coast. These are
We did it.
yummy
We got that out.
mummies doing a fashion live for you guys. To you,
Thank
Melissa.
you so much, Sandhya, for meeting with me today. I am so excited to talk to you. This is, I think, maybe our sixth Yummy Mummy style chat.
I think
And
so too, yes.
I feel like every time it gets better and better, we get a little bit smoother.
Oh,
So I'm
yeah.
excited for the future. And I'm really excited just to talk to you today because I think this is something that's probably affected all of us. And it's like, how many times have you fallen in love with a dress online and you order it and then you're disappointed when it shows up because the expectation just does not meet reality? Maybe the dress doesn't like hang right like it did in the photo. There's something a little disappointing about it. It's just off. So that's why we're here today. We want to talk about that. And I'm Melissa, and I'm so excited to be joined by the very brilliant designer, Sandhya Garg. And Sandhya makes not just beautiful dresses, but pieces that actually have something to say. So we're going to go behind the seams to look at a few of her latest designs and talk about what makes them special. So we're looking at little details that you might miss, the craftsmanship hidden in plain sight, and then, of course, the stories, because I know, Sandhya, everything you do, it's not just about like what's pretty. There's always some bigger inspiration, some deeper meaning behind it. And I am so excited to hear from you today. So, shall we jump in?
Yeah, hi Melissa. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. And I totally agree. A lot of times we order clothing off of internet, and that's why we have so many TikToks where you have what I ordered and what I got, or expectation versus the real thing. So, and a lot of times, people are like, why should I spend $300 for something which I can get for 30 bucks at Forever 21? Or, like, why should I spend so much money on this dress when I get something similar on Rulala or, Charlotte Russe or something like that? So I'm here. I'm going to tell you three top things that differentiate a quality garment or the pricing, how it's justified from a cheaper garment. So let's dive into it. And I'm going to give you some bonus points also. So I'm not going to stick to the 3 points, and I'll show you examples while I'm talking about it. So let's start with number one, and the most important factor that defines the price of a garment and the final look, and that is the quality of the fabric,
Yeah.
right? Number one deciding factor of the costing and the way it looks is the quality, the fabric, what exactly it is. So if you are buying a beautiful pure cotton poplin, a mercerized cotton, a linen, a cotton linen, silk, any of your silk blends, any of your pure natural fabrics, you will be paying a premium. And it's because the quality, even in cottons you have different qualities. So I can buy a $30-40 dress from Walmart which is cotton, and it would not look the same, whereas I can buy a 300 cotton dress from a designer, like a nice designer label, and it would look like $1 million. So you pay for the fabric, and it's the number one contributing factor in the costing and the final retail price of the garment. Now, for example, I'm wearing 100% beautiful cotton poplin dress. Can you hear the sound?
I
Can you
can't
hear
hear
the
it.
sound? This
Is it like
fabric,
a crispy sound?
yeah, it's super crispy. And I this is my go-to dress for so many occasions. I wear it so often. I love it. I was wearing a top in like a denim, cotton denim, when we did our last live. Let me bring down the brightness a little bit so you can see it's in the trending butter yellow color. So it's absolutely, absolutely beautiful. Now, Melissa, I just threw this dress on. I haven't even ironed it
See,
today.
that's what I was going to ask about, because I think we all know that, I mean, we're aware on some level that when we see a photograph of a garment on a beautiful model, there's a whole team of people who are, they have like a steamer. Like, I'm never more than a few feet from my steamer so that I can get all the wrinkles out. But there are people who are smoothing the fabric, they're clipping the fabric. And, if you look at, like you said, like a $30 dress on, which must have cost much, much less to produce, of course. If you look at it in a still image, it's not being worn, throughout the whole day. So any of the creases that would happen, like that creasing is going to be very evident after an hour of wear. Whereas like a more expensive cotton, which correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that more expensive cottons have longer cotton fibers, right? I think they're called staples. And it's like a staple that's longer when it's twisted together to make the cotton thread. Those are more resistant to wrinkling. And so they might have a finer texture, they might have a subtle sheen, but they're also not going to crease and wrinkle as much as like a shorter textured fabric or
So,
shorter
uh,
stapled cotton.
yeah, and of course, sheen is another example. Of course, you can tell if it's a synthetic sheen or if it's the sheen of a gorgeous fabric. Because why does silk shine so much? They're super long, super smooth fibers like our hair that are like, if you want to mattify silk, they kind of break it into smaller pieces and then twist it. But how much
Really?
twist your fiber, the whole processing, which of course takes the costing higher and makes the fabric finer, is all taken into consideration. So you can never compare a Walmart or a fast fashion cotton dress to a high end dress. If you're paying $30 for a dress, trust me, it probably took them $3 to make it. So if something was made in $3, it's gonna look like it's $5 dress. It's not gonna look like a 30 buck dress, no matter what. And if you pay $300 for a dress, a designer is at least putting in $100 or $150 worth of fabric, design skill, branding, the trims on top, the construction, to make it look fabulous. Correct me if I'm wrong, Melissa. I know
Oh
you.
yeah, I think one of the things I remember when I was being trained as a designer is that we would literally like, have a piece of cotton fabric here, and one of the things we would do is like a scrunch test. So we would like
Yeah.
squeeze it like this and to see, does it hold wrinkles or does it shed wrinkles, because that's like a clear indicator of how long are the fibers going to be, and what's this thread, or what's this material going to look like after a body's been wearing it for a few hours.
And also how tightly your fibers are woven. So that's why you have those 1,800 count Egyptian cotton bed sheets that
Yeah.
feel like you're sleeping on clouds. So it all makes a difference, and it takes the price up, and it makes your garment premium quality. I mean, the way silk falls, you cannot replicate it in any human made fabric. I know rayon is called artificial silk, but rayon wrinkles real bad and silk does not. And when you have, and okay, guys, a sneaky trick to tell real silk from synthetic silk: pick both fabrics up or whatever garments up, and silk is light as air. So if your garment is super light, it's pure silk. If it's heavy, it's synthetic, it's plastic, it's petroleum, polyester. But silk is just super stunning to look at. No matter you photograph yourself in it, no matter you wear it all day for 2 days, the way silk flows and shows is just stunning.
Yeah, it's hard to replicate the drape of pure silk for sure.
And even pure linen for that matter, I know linen wrinkles, but even if in its wrinkles, the structure is absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. The sheen linen has is absolutely stunning. And there is a reason you pay a premium for good quality fabrics, is because they are just, so good to look at when you look at them. And of course, they are great for our nature as well.
Yeah, but they stay looking good throughout the day too,
Yeah.
right? That's the other thing. It's
And
like
for years, they don't lose their value. I
mhm.
can't say the same for a polyester garment. Will it retain a value? But even, even in polyester, like I have this stunning dress, and this is in viscose, which is rayon. Look, I have these stunning lurex textured fabrics. Can you see right here? So, and the
Yeah.
fabric has a shine to it. It has such a beautiful
Oh,
feel.
that's really good. Show that detail again. I think yeah, give the camera a second to to focus on it.
So, and also, depending on how much a garment is embellished, so a print is obviously going to be a premium than a solid garment, because you're
Can we
obviously.
start with this garment here? Because I know I asked you to pick out some garments for us to do like a deep dive into. And do you want to start with the one in your hand?
Sure, I'm going to show you. So I'm going to get to point number two with this garment.
Okay.
But I'm also going to talk about because we are on fabric. So we spoke about, a natural pure fabric versus a synthetic fabric is going to be cheaper. And obviously a printed fabric, and how much of the print has been made. So if you've made like 10,000, 50,000 pieces of the garment, then it really doesn't matter. Like Target or Walmart or your Zara they would make 100,000 garments, so the costing is way cheaper. But when it's exclusive, it's custom made print, printed fabric is always going to cost more than a solid fabric, if that makes sense. And if you have any questions regarding the fabric of a garment and how it defines the price, put it in comments below and we will read your question and reply to that. So I think about 50% or 40% of a garment is the fabric, right,
Yeah.
Melissa? So
Yeah.
anywhere from 30 to 50% would be of a garment would be the costing of the fabric. So make sure, if you can afford it, invest in a good quality fabric that really elevates your wardrobe. Have a good combination of solid pieces. Like my dress right here is just a solid butter yellow color, on trend. I can style it up, style it down. I'll show you some styling tips with the dress, and then have statement prints that brings so much joy to your life and to people around you, and you get so many compliments when you wear beautiful printed outfits. Don't be scared of prints.
I mean I love prints, of course. Like I think that's one of the things that brought us together. But there's a sustainability aspect to printed garments that I think is often overlooked, and it's that any flaws that develop in the garment through natural wear and tear, you wear it to a cocktail party, you spill a can of paint on it or something, but stains can be disguised by a print,
Oh
even a subtle texture, right? Like
yeah, yeah. i'm
that
i'm I'm so clumsy. Like, don't go on my facade. I'm completely imperfect, and because we are mommies, things fall on us. Our clothes get wrinkled, but prints are so helpful. They're like giving us a good hand. They'll disguise all the food stains and a few wrinkles, so it helps us look fresh and good no matter what, right?
if you need to repair the garment and patch it in any way because like I don't know, you picked up your toddler and you like ripped your dress or something, not that that's ever happened to me, but it's much easier to disguise a repair when it's on like a printed surface. Now not everybody has to love like the bright prints like Sandhya and I do, but even a subtle texture or subtle print can make a big difference in the longevity of the garment.
I think a lot of times people are just scared to kind of play around with color or prints because they feel kind of like it's too much or something. But again, it's completely up to you. It is your style, what you decide to wear. But, you only live once, YOLO, man. Try something new. I I'm going to turn 40 this year, and I decided that I'm going to do new things that I've never done before. And that kind of makes me feel a little alive. I don't feel like I'm in my middle age and aging out of the system or something like that. So, things like these keep you alive. So, try something new.
Well, welcome to your 40s. I hope you join us here and enjoy it.
We will edit this part out where we talk about my age because I'm 21.
Yeah,
How
forever.
forever 21.
Okay. So, okay, but can we get, are you ready now to talk about this beautiful dress that you
Yes.
have in your hand? Okay.
Yes, so I'm going to get to the second part of what constitutes 30 to 40% of your garment costing. Where did Melissa go?
I'm here. I wanted to like feature your beautiful garment.
So, construction, garment construction is so important, guys. And you see all these clothes for $10 and you're like, yay, jackpot. But no, these clothes are so badly made. You wear them two times, three times, and they are torn at seams, and you don't want that. So, the way a cheap garment is constructed, they just cut it into five pieces and they put it through a four needle four thread five thread seam machine, an overlock seam machine where it just does a seam and does an overlock. Very fast, cost effective, but not good for long term use. So if you always want to appreciate a garment's construction, you want to turn it inside out. Thank you, Melissa, for giving me this
Yeah,
stage.
I
Let me
want I
show you
want you
the
to have
garment
the,
inside out.
yeah.
Can you see the seams? So
So
this is my
this
armhole
looks to
seam.
me, it looks completely clean finished
Oh yeah.
inside.
Look at the and hand hemming right here. It's all blend
Can
hemmed.
you hold it closer to the camera and let it like with the adjustment? Yeah.
Can you see how at every one third of a centimeter there's a blind hem stitch? Look at this, the finishing. And women who have great taste, and they, you could be allergic to all this seaming. I know my daughter refuses to wear these five t-shirts with overlock seam, and I have to just throw them in trash now. And they weren't even cheap. I'm not going to name the brand they're from, but like this is called French seam. This is actually a lap seam, like it's been binded on, so
So
it's
there's
completely
absolutely
binding.
no cut. Like I
No
cannot see a
loose
cut edge
thread,
of the garment.
nothing
Yeah.
to. This is called a French seam. So, and this
Hold it
is
closer.
a fully lined garment.
Yeah.
This is a fully lined garment. So lining is another costing part of it. A lot of cheaply made garments, you might say, oh, sheer is sexy. Well, it is if it's silk and if it's sheer. But if sometimes they're just being cheap and not adding a lining, it's a fully lined dress, and you could even wear it inside out. That's the level of finishing. I want to show you the waist seam, which is another 3/8 inch of our classic binding, and then
Hold
darts.
it closer. Yeah. I want to see.
Can you see the dart? How neat and clean that is.
Oh yeah.
So, and
And
all of
each
this,
one of those darts, it needs to be pressed. Like the
yeah.
operator, the person sewing needs
So
to
it's
like
not.
stop and press that.
So my garments are not mass produced. Every dress is made one at a time. That's why they're so special. They're so beautifully made. Let me show you the side seam.
The other thing that's coming through to me is that this um, lining has like a slippery texture, like a smooth
Oh yeah,
texture.
yeah. We make sure
And
it's
one of my biggest pet
perfect.
peeves is a cotton dress with a cotton lining, because if
Oh,
those two, because cotton is a little bit rougher, nothing wrong with cotton, but in a lining, it's rough and it will like catch the outer garment, or it'll catch onto your like your undergarments or something. It won't slide across the body, and that really ruins like the silhouette if you have your lining like bunching all over.
yeah, and also, if it's kind of slippery, it helps. So we always tend to kind of match the fabric weight of the shell fabric and the lining fabric, color, of course, and then make sure it's super soft on the skin. Now, I showed you the zipper finishing, like nobody does this
Yeah.
finishing. And this takes time, guys. It takes a lot of time to
So
do this
you've
so well.
hold
And
it a little bit closer. Okay, so you've wrapped the edge
edge, so you
of
are
the
not,
zipper with the
your
lining.
soft skin is not rubbing on that harsh zipper. And then we have excellent quality YKK zippers. So let me show you YKK zipper. These are really high quality zippers, and everything's invisible zipper, so we don't, if it's not ornamental, we don't use them in showing. So that's how nicely finished it is.
Is that something someone at home can look for when they're shopping, like in a
Yeah,
store? Is
yeah,
check
like
the
you can
zipper, see.
easily, you can see the zipper, because if it's not YKK or good quality zipper, an invisible zipper especially, and if it's not constructed right, it's not going to function right, and about after 2 3 years it's going to go bad, and then you'll have to toss your garment. So sometimes, when you invest in a good quality garment, whenever you wear it, it looks good, you get compliments, and B, it lasts you a couple of years, and you don't end up impacting the environment, and you end up keeping that garment for much longer and appreciating and wearing it for longer, as opposed to a cheap fashion dress which you will wear 3 times and then discard, and then you'll have to go through 10 dresses in 3 years, which is $300, you know
You
so
mentioned your daughter, and I feel like a dress like this one is something like your daughter could wear one day, right? Like I've worn my mom's dresses, and
oh yeah.
actually she wore some of her mom's dresses. So I have some of my grandmother's dresses, and I loved to wear them. You can really have that history in it.
Yeah, also, and when your design is kind of classy and timeless, a little trendy is always good. You can, it becomes vintage after a
Yeah.
few years, or like, or whatever, after a decade or two, you can pass it on, or it can also be resold. I see a lot of my pieces selling on eBay.
Oh,
if I,
really?
so yeah, and a lot of them were like my initial designs that I handmade. So it's kind of fun to find them online.
That is fun.
So yeah, so number two is how well they have seamed the garment, how well a garment is constructed. And a hand finished garment is your couture level details, which always carry a premium and a special feel to them, because you always feel like there's been extra effort put into it, and it feels good. Then you don't see those stitch lines
Hmm.
on your neck, neckline showing. It always looks special. So that's the quality testament number two. Now we'll go to the third part about what defines a quality garment, and we already spoke about the zipper. So these will be your zippers, your buttons, the quality of external things you put on top of it. And I'll give you some bonus points also. So like I already showed you, a YKK zipper, a good quality button, cute design elements, like let me show you this dress right
Oh,
here.
I'm so excited to see this one. Okay, let's zoom in on that. So
So
this,
can you see all
what
the
I'm
cute bows?
seeing are these like 3D fabric bows, and
So
then
these,
it's inset, or it's like there's like a, is that a gap?
yeah, so it's like a skin showing part where you can show your skin. So it's like a cheeky take on a Western shirt dress kind of a style. And these are all handmade bows. So, and they're cut from a beautiful lace fabric. So, embellishments like these, they make a garment so special. It's not your regular shirt dress, but it has these really, really cute details that just make it that extra special. This is the back.
So you carry it through on the back. Oh my gosh, look at those points. So that is a perfect miter, right? I think that's what
I
it's
mean,
called.
yeah,
And you
of
have,
course. Look at that. And you can show your beautiful, beautiful back. It's just enough of your skin to kind of make it fun. And yet it's a really classy shirt dress, A-line shirt dress. Let
what's
me,
the material on this?
it's pure cotton poplin.
Oh, it looks
And
gorgeous.
let me show you these handmade tassels, because they're like double
That's how
colored.
you
You
that's
don't
how
get
you finish it on the ties.
on the ties. So all the ties are hand finished with cute tassels, handmade tassels. So there are a lot of like handmade elements in a garment that make it super super unique and expensive and kind of an heirloom piece to have. It doesn't feel like you and 100,000 other women are wearing this dress, because we are not making those many pieces.
Yeah. This piece feels it feels very unique to me. Like it's not, I wouldn't necessarily, it's not like a classic that kind of disappears into the background. It's like it really makes a statement, but it also feels timeless to me. Like I could have worn this 20 years ago. I could wear this 20 years in the future. Like it's just such a beautiful, unique design. Does it button down all the way?
Yeah, it buttons down all the way down. It's a shirt dress, so it's a take on like this whole Western trend and the shirt dress.
So
So
you
you
could
could
even
do it
style
with,
it like over a dress or over jeans or something as like kind of a duster or coat.
oh yeah, you can do that, and of course the tie up helps, and then you can style it like a dress with boots. So you could do it with like really cute cowboy boots, or you could do it with like dainty pink heels or like a metallic heel and nice dainty earrings and look like all girly. So the styling possibilities are also endless with this classic look.
What is this
So
piece called?
it's this one's Begum burgundy dress. So you can find it on my website. I will be adding all the links, post the video in comments below. So you can see the
So it's like a
exact,
burgundy color. It looks very purple
yeah,
on my monitor, but it's
like
more
a
like a
viney
burgundy.
burgundy. Yeah, like a really pretty burgundy. So that's the color. And it goes so
That's
well with like pink and orange, and it makes for such a good wedding guest dress or a party dress, because it's just stylish enough to start a conversation, to get a compliment, but it does not scream look at me, if that makes sense.
that makes perfect sense.
And let me show you another detail from this dress, because I absolutely love these buttons.
I love this dress too. Okay, wait. So please name this dress. Tell us what it's called.
So this is the Noor dress. It's from the latest collection. And let me show you how cute the details are from this dress. Now you were talking about cotton dress with cotton lining. Like right here we have a cotton linen blend. So the fabric is a cotton linen blend. And then inside we've done a super soft matching voile lining. And guys,
Yeah.
bad quality garment, the lining would be just some other color. Trust me.
Yeah.
Like painstakingly we make sure all the colors match, the colors are fast, they're not bleeding, and the details are insanely cute. So all these scallops are handmade on the front. So
I
if you
know. I mean, it's
and
so hard to sew that, and everything is like perfect.
and the buttons are all hand stitched. Look at these cute buttons, pure metal
What is
buttons.
that?
They're
What?
not plastic, it's a lion.
It's a little lion. Okay.
Yeah, so like metal buttons, can you hear that?
Uh-huh.
So they have some weight to it. They're not like some plasticky material, or as Peppa Pig calls it, real plastic gold. And then let me show you back of this cute dress. So it's kind of has this shirring, elasticated shirring. So
Can you
the
hold that up so we can see that close up?
can you
That's
see
a
it?
lot of shearing. Like that's a lot of material that went
So
into that.
it kind of depends on how big or small your chest is. The dress fits like a corset on your bust. It looks so cute, and then of course gorgeous pockets. You can't even tell they're hidden, but they're completely functional and cute. And then let me show you my logo right here.
That's so cute. Can I see the pink pocket too? Just like
So yeah, right here.
I love that you matched like the pocket bag to each.
Oh, of
Like that's
course. Of
a
course,
great detail.
these tiny details are, they take all the time and skill in the world to do. And then because of all of this, the garment costs more, rather than a $15 garment, because you can't do that for a $15 garment. You can't do these absolutely stunning finishes. Look, and like, let me
Oh yeah.
take this garment inside out and show you how good that looks from inside as well.
So if somebody is shopping online, and maybe it's a brand they don't have a lot of familiarity with, like what should they look for in the product description?
Can you see? I
Yeah.
think lining and then details in the photos, and always I
Like a
think,
good close-up photo?
yeah, or even quality. Can you see the zipper, how it's been detailed?
Yes.
And this
So
is
you
the
have
inside of the
you
garment.
finished one side of the zipper pink and
Pink
one side of the zipper yellow
and
to match each side
yeah.
of the garment. Okay, yeah.
So
And
you
like
know,
an operator, the person who's sewing that, they have to keep track of all those little fiddly bits of fabric from the cutter, right?
and everything takes time. You know, you can't do this if you're mass producing, because there is a science to mass production of garments, of cheaper garments. So all of these things make a garment super special and kind of premium. And then of course the straps can be tied up in the back to
Oh, so it's customizable for your
yeah, for
shoulder,
your
like
shoulders.
bust. Yeah,
And the dress is like a beautiful below the knee midi.
yeah.
It's just, you know, stunning. No, if you're tall, then it's kind of, you know, below your knee midi, and if you're
Mhm.
shorter, then it's kind of mid calf ankle. So the length is absolutely beautiful and stunning. So the kind of trims that you add to your garments, the kind of zippers, buttons, and the way you finish them also defines the costing of a premium garment, because I rarely see good quality buttons or good quality zippers in a cheap fast fashion garment, and I think they are one of the first things to break on you
Yeah.
after two or three wears, right?
Oh, yeah. And I think, I mean, fashion should be accessible at all price points, but it's like if you buy a shirt from a less expensive retailer, that's one of the easiest upgrades to make is to upgrade the button quality because you can buy a packet of buttons that either maybe it's a better color, but maybe it's a better match, or it's just a style that you really like, and you can just swap those out if you have a needle and thread. Like sewing on a button's pretty accessible to most people, but it'll elevate the
It
garment.
surely does, and but it takes some sort of skill level and time to do that,
Yeah.
you know. And that sounds absolutely fun to do, because if you're a DIYer who loves to do stuff, totally recommend doing that. I think that's such a neat, good idea to up your fashion game, take your wardrobe another step further, for
Yeah.
sure. N-
Plus, you'll
Now,
get to see all the loose threads, and you'll like actually fix
no, you
that.
would have an appreciation for all the garments people make, because till the time you don't do it yourself, you don't know what people are putting into it. So I highly recommend you try that.
That's true. Okay, I feel like you have something else you want to show us back there.
Yeah, I was gonna throw in some like bonus tips about styling as well, but let me show you this cute jacket. Talk about the fabric. So even like exclusive custom fabrics, like more novelty fabrics, can be on the expensiver side. So I like,
Is
and
that because they're not mass produced, and so there's less quantity, so it's just harder to buy?
yeah, also because you know it takes some kind of special machinery to make them. So if
Um,
you see this cute
okay.
fabric, it's all like specially woven, and I want to show you this absolutely stunning detail of
So it's a
hand
box
block with
pleated,
box pleats. Yeah,
and
this
then is this a jacquard or matelassé? What?
it's a jacquard brocade
Okay. Okay.
with like metallic threads and texture. So this is the inside and the outside of the fabric. And then these are absolutely cute, giant handmade bows. So statement bows. So even like the design of a garment defines the pricing of a garment. So, you know, when you go bold, the bolder the design, the more, you know, premium the quality, and this, you know, the statement becomes, and then that also defines the costing of a garment. And then again, I want to show you the gorgeous finishing. Can you see the finishing?
So I can see, yeah, it's complete. There's no raw edges in there. You've completely bound the armhole on there. Is this a lined jacket or is it like meant to be
It's not
unlined?
lined, it's
So it's a
unlined, but I
lightweight.
wanted, yeah, it's a lightweight. So you know, for those summer days where you're getting all dressed up and it's just crispy evenings, I know a lot of like East Coast weather does that, you know, all through May it's still chilly in the evenings. So jackets like these are like perfect for your evening times. Even in San Francisco, my
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
my camera has low battery. Let me put the charger on. Just a
Okay. Those
So
are beautiful. I love seeing your designs, Sandhya.
thank
It's
you.
so cool.
So it's perfect for those crispy evenings. So I highly recommend getting a few lightweight jackets. Up throw in one or two statement jackets that you could put on your denims or a tank top and then just look really pretty and dressy and cozy.
Or for air conditioning, because like that gets really ferocious in the summer. I'm always cold in the places that have air conditioning.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I think this was amazing and beautiful. Like I could listen to you talk about this all day, and I'm gonna do this again. I want to like hear more about your garments. So, do you have anything like you want to close out for us? Like you really want to show us?
sure, let me show you the dress I'm wearing and
Oh
what
yeah,
makes like a solid color dress super special. So if I come close by, there are these cute pin tucks right here. Do you see
yeah.
those? In
I
the
can kind of see it. Yeah, it's a little overexposed, but oh.
yeah, I think it's like, let me make my
It's the
lighting.
contrast between your hair. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So if you can see all these pin tucks, and then let me show you the design in the back. It's one of my best selling dresses. Can you see how cute it is in the back?
Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
It's all pin tucks. So, like textured qualities like this on a solid garment also define the costing, because a panel of Pentax takes a lot of skill and time to make. So, a solid garment with no Pentax detail or no textural details will again be more cheaper than a garment that has cute details that, make it just a little more special. Think about your grandma dresses. They used to have all these pintacks and net and quilting and all these cute details, which made it really special.
And that pin tucking, it's going to give your neckline more structure and like a little bit more rigidity. So it's really going to look very nice and polished, right? And then, of course, my favorite, if I spill anything on my neckline, then the pin tucks are going to disguise any like little stains just because of the natural texture that
Texture,
it
yeah.
shows.
Probably won't, like, it will show, but just a little
It,
bit is
it's
kind
not
of,
as obvious. Trust me, I've
yeah.
spilled lots of things on my pin tucks.
Or you could also do darker colors over lighter colors. I find them always to be more easier to deal with.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then just little details, like every little lace in this dress. I cannot bring it closer because it's on my lovely dress form. And this lace has these transparent tiny sequins on it that kind of just glitters a little.
Do you have
Every
your phone camera? Can you like shine it on there so we can
uh,
see?
let me bring my phone camera. So
Yeah, or like your flashlight?
see, I don't think it shows.
No, no.
Way, but I'm going to add these details in the product so you can see, like, every little detail makes it so special, and that's what you want to look out for. And then of course branding and a designer's name. How long have they been doing it? So you kind of think about the person designing it and how involved they are with the whole process, and how transparent they are when they talk about their garments, how they are made, where
Oh,
they are made. And just having this knowledge, because I instead of going to a really big retailer for whom a garment is just another product with numbers, for
yeah,
a small designer, a garment is a dream that they are selling. It's their baby that they have created and they're selling, so that makes it also more special for the person selling and the person buying and wearing it, because there is a soul to it.
absolutely.
So
Oh,
if that
well,
inspires you.
so okay, just to sum up, so we've learned how to assess the quality of the fabric, especially how it drapes, and to know that like a lot of the money and a lot of the durability and longevity of the garment is going to come from the designer picking a quality fabric, and so you're going to have to pay more for that, but you're going to get a much better cost per wear and a much better like result. It's going to look more elegant in the long term, in the short term and the long term,
Yeah.
right? And then the other thing was to look at the finishings on the inside, right? Because the inside of the garment is going to tell you maybe even more than the outside of the garment is going to tell you. So, Sandhya, your beautiful clothes have like hand finished seams. You've basically hidden every raw edge, right?
Yes.
that's in there. It's all like gone. And then and what was the third one? Oh, the buttons. So looking for
The
buttons, YKK
trims.
zippers, and the trims. So how
You know.
much quality is in there? So YKK is like a good zipper brand that people can look for. The other thing is like you want to check, are the buttons metal or are they just pretending to be metal?
Exactly. And you don't want that because they're going to lose their like top coat, top layer, and then it's just going to like look shabby over time. But if it's like
Mm-hmm.
a really cute novelty plastic button, that could be nice too. So, you be the judge. For me, it's all about, plastic pretending to be metal, maybe not, but
Yeah.
metal doing the metal thing, perfect. If
And
that
a bonus tip was like if you find something and it's got those other features, it's made of nice fabric, it fits you well, the buttons are a pretty easy thing to upgrade
to
and that
swap,
can
yeah.
elevate your look.
And you can always add trims like accessorizing, like this look right now. I'm just doing it by with these silver and golden earrings, so it's more like elegant. But if I was to make it go to a beach, I would add like a beachy necklace to it, throwing
That
it.
is so cute.
Yeah, let me
Beachy.
beachy. So I'm having butterfingers today here.
You need your assistant, your lady's maid.
Yeah. Minions, where are my minions? And then I could just, and it's instantly coastal.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing like really cute like beads bracelet. If you are a maximalist, you could even add more in there. Wow, my hands refuse to work today.
It's like a coral
Coral bracelet.
inspired bracelet.
And
It
I
looks
feel like all
beautiful.
like I'm ready for like a beach wedding or a beach party right now. So styling can make a difference too.
Absolutely. Especially when you have like a good quality base like that dress. So it's like it can
Yeah.
go a whole bunch of different places. Go out to lunch in the city
Yeah, or just walk on the beach.
or just walk on the beach. No, you looking fly as heck.
So do you, with all those beautiful colors. I think we met.
It was not intentional, but I was like, I feel like I need to bring the color for Sandhya.
Oh yeah, I think the world needs more color.
Absolutely. Okay, so people can find you on sandhyagarg.com,
.com.
right?
Sandhyagarg.com.
And they can follow you on Instagram,
On
Facebook.
Instagram at Sandhya Garg 11, on
Okay.
Facebook at Label Sandhya Garg, on TikTok as www.sandhyagarg.com, my website, and also on YouTube as Sandhya Garg 1.
And you have a lot of good YouTube videos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like you're quite active on YouTube. Not everybody is. I mean, it's great.
That's super kind of you. Yes. Guys, if you want any amazing fashion tips, styling tips, follow me on my social media channels. Subscribe to Melissa or my email list. We send out great, great content and like super fun stuff. I'm just, piquing your interest here, not giving you not spilling our secrets. So, Melissa, what do we have in our website and our newsletter?
Well, I'm actually hosting a giveaway right now. So I'm giving away one of my hat helmets for people who sign up on the newsletter. You get entered into a giveaway to win one of my straw hat bike helmets. And that's pretty
Ooh.
cool. Need one of those for summer biking.
Oh yes,
How
I
about you?
I have a few things going on. We have a pop-up where there's an instant winner. So you put your name in and everyone in 100 people is a winner. So you never know. So that's the instant giveaway that I have on right now. And if you are not a giveaway winner, you still get something fun. So go put your name in on that pop-up and you'll see
So you
what.
can't lose.
Yeah, you can't lose. Everybody's a winner in my eyes and on my website. So come and take a look.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm so excited to speak with you again in 2 weeks. And we're not sure what we're going to be talking about, but I'm sure it's going to be something very interesting and fashionable and related to being a mom with grubby kids.
Related to being a yummy mom.
Sorry, a yummy mummy.
because we are yummy mummies, and it could be like because we have kids, or also because we are ancient enough to be mummies from Egypt. So it's your pick.
It's a little of both every day.
But guys, feel free to join us for our world famous lives in 2 weeks on Thursday. And if there is something fabulous you want us to talk about, put it in comments below. Tell us, where are you watching us from. Of course, you're watch will be watching us on replay. Say replay in your country, state, or city, and we'll definitely reply to all your comments. Right, Melissa?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Great. Bye.
Thank you for joining us. Mwah. Bye.
Bye.